Can you hear it, mobile gamer? Choo-choo! Papa Palpatine Express coming in, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, because of mobile gamer, you'll be getting for free 1 ticket on the Papa Palpatine Express to your destination of choice. And mobile gamer, I think we actually made a Papa Palpatine video on your channel, isn't that right?
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about this team. I'm waiting to see it climb on SWGoH.gg. You know, right now it's about 4%, but I think as Darth Revan becomes more and more used, it's a hard counter for sure.
Oh,
it's a hard counter, believe me.
We both made videos already last week about it, and on your video,
without talking to each other, it was independent. We didn't even tell each other we put those up.
It was hilarious. We both on the same day, like within like an hour or two away, we both came across this. This lineup I'm showing right now, I run it in my arena shard, and if your shard,
what's going on with your fleet over there? My goodness, dude.
Screw ships, man. I don't try. I just sit at the same rank all day long. Because we're gonna talk a lot about how Darth Revan affected the meta, some things we didn't like as a result of the Darth Revan event, more specifically Finn rework and the login reward for Aples. Let's talk about the impact of Darth Revan. Now, both of us are kind of on the same page with KOTOR in general. It's a cool era. We obviously weren't as into it as a lot of KOTOR fans are, but we both love.
It's growing on me.
It grew on me a little bit, but the impact of Darth Revan himself on the game has made the game so much more enjoyable. Whether you have him or not, I like it so much. What are your thoughts of how Darth Revan and coming into the game? Because whether you like him or not, he's breaking up the meta. That's so important right now.
Yeah, the cool thing about Darth Revan is that he definitely can destroy Jedi Knight Revan, and you know there's a lot of teams with Jedi Knight Revan that can't beat Darth Revan. Yet there's a lot of other teams that can beat Darth Revan. For example, Palpatine, even Commander Luke to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I just think it's fantastic that there are many options to defeat Darth Revan, and yet there are a couple lineups of Darth Revan that Jedi Knight Revan can't beat, which is fantastic. Plus, if you're using Darth Revan on offense, you know, minute-long battles. I mean, it's the only thing that's annoying is the whole speed of Bastila. I'm having to switch mods in my arena from time to time, so that's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, so we kind of, I myself and many of the people I see in the comment section, we test out new teams. People would always say, oh, it sucks on defense though. But now the thing is, every team sucks on defense almost. Every team. Jedi Knight Revan sucks
beautiful,
on
right?
defense.
Isn't that the way it's supposed to be?
That's the way the game is supposed to be. At one point in the game, you could climb with General Kenobi, Captain Rex, or Commander Luke, or Mother Talzin. There was like 5 teams you could climb to #1 with, and we lost all of that with Jedi Knight Revan. So Darth Revan's purpose in the game was to bring us back to where we were before. I know we're all trying to find that Jedi Knight Revan defense with Darth Revan, but then we're like, hold on, no one's really winning on defense anymore. And it
was truly horrible. Jedi Knight Revan was horrible.
Whether you
I
had
think
him or
we're
not,
going to look back and say that it was the worst time this game ever had. It was terrible. It was terrible.
I see both people, Jedi Revan owners and non-Jedi Revan owners, they like, yeah, this is annoying. 90% Revan, because even if you had good mods,
how many times did you throw your phone?
Oh, so between October and when did Darth Revan come out? I don't quite know.
A week ago. I don't know.
My phone throw rate and my swear rate would jump through the roof, and my fiance can confirm that for me. I'll be sitting there.
Yeah, I actually threw my phone. I'm not gonna lie.
The game was really bad, and
I threw my phone on the bed and it bounced off the bed.
I was worried about my phone a few times. Luckily, Apple Care. That's why you get Apple Care for Galaxy of Heroes. But I'm glad we're back at the point, because now, I mean, I'll show a screenshot of my arena, of my arena log and yours. Both of us, you see the before and after difference of Darth Revan. Before, you had Jedi Revan, I did it, and we both kind of had this huge fluctuation in rank. And now Darth Revan comes out, and it's like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, because it's easy to climb now. No matter if you go against Jedi Revan or Darth Revan, they're 30-second, minute-long matches. Easy to climb. And with that Palpatine lineup I'm showing right now, I mean, I don't really follow that much on defense. And now that Darth Revan's becoming more prominent in arena, we're going to have things are going to get a little different now. So our conception of how the game is supposed to be the past 6 months is going to start changing, and I'm happy. That's what Darth Revan's purpose
until Malak comes.
That's the problem. I was just about to say that. I'm
worried.
Until
Padme comes, right? I don't know.
Malak or Padme. So I'm hoping we're going to kind of start transitioning out of this. So obviously, we like the impact Darth Revan has. And yeah, just one more side note. I've shown teams that maybe you did. You could beat Darth Revan without Darth Revan. That's another good thing to point out.
Sure.
So yeah, but moving on beyond that. Malak, it's on our minds. I think, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think Malak is going to come anytime super soon. Do you disagree? Because let me get your thoughts first before I elaborate on that.
I don't know what they're gonna do with Malak, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they're pulling a J.J. Abrams episode 7, teasing us with Malaks with no real plan. Who knows? Or maybe it comes, maybe they're gonna go to the Revan Reborn. But I think they're gonna take a break from Knights of the Old Republic timeline. I think there's gonna be a shift, prequels. Trilogy, so on. I mean, and then there's all the new TV shows that are coming out too. I mean, Keanu Reeves is going to star as Darth Revan, apparently, right?
Yeah, right? I don't know.
We don't know. These are all rumors, right? But
all rumors, but I think Malak's not going to come anytime soon because, one, how are they going to make money on him unless it's just a pure marquee character? They could maybe create some sort of...
Marquee, but
I don't
in
think
every
he's
gear tier has...
character.
No, marquee character, but every tier of gear has some obscure new of gear that has never been used before. Yeah, they'll just do that on every tier, just new gear.
Yeah, that's so we'll talk. Hold that thought
shady,
for a second.
man.
Yeah, okay, let's just talk about it right now. So the thing that we didn't like about the Darth Malak event, not the difficulty per se, but the result afterwards. I'm going to be a bit pessimistic here. I feel like maybe one of the reasons why they
5,600 crystals.
Yeah, it's about $50 or so to get. If you want that exclusive gear for Darth Revan that he's the first one to introduce, you got to spend about $50 on the spot or quite a few days to farm it. So it's kind of like you buy a car from the dealership and it's like, oh wait, you want gas in that tank to leave? Oh wait, you wanted an engine in that tank to go too? It's kind of one of those things. It's like, come on.
Completely expended add-on, like we did not expect.
Yeah,
I mean, I think everybody expected him to be a hard gear, but not a gear that was not available until the event went live is something else.
Yeah, that's the biggest concern I have because, as you mentioned, of Malak, who knows? Maybe they'll release Malak as a marquee character, and the way to make money is to just gear wall him so crazy. You have to buy all this new exclusive gear or farm it super slow. That might be the thing. Or, with Malak, they could introduce like a new, like a Starforge raid. I don't know if they're going to introduce another KOTOR raid because we just had one last year. So Malak, who knows? But who knows? They could definitely introduce that whole new gear thing that they're starting to do. Hopefully it's a one-time thing.
I think the Starforge raid with Malak is, that was like the talk comic when I've been streaming. That seems very logical and fun and a way of introducing one character. And a slow drip on him too, right?
Yeah, you know what would be really cool though, because when you fight Malak, you could take the light side or dark side route. Maybe it's like you have to play out both events, or you have to pick either Jedi Revan or Darth Revan to fight Malak. Be kind of cool. Be kind of cool to see.
We
what
still
they
have
do with
the Revan Reborn, with the two lightsabers.
Revan Reborn, yeah. So whatever they do, I'm sure they'll find a creative way with Malak. Although they're finding creative ways to get money and crystals out of us, they are doing a very good job developing these special events. Before we talk about the login reward and whatnot, we both made videos on that. We'll talk about Finn real quick because overall, Finn became a better all-around character. And I made a video about it. I know SWGoH shared his thoughts in his video about it that we did. And overall, Finn did become such a better character. Like, the problem is you got to gear him up a bit to kind of get the most out of him under Jedi Training Raid. But you still can soul the AAT raid, which is important because we can't sim that yet. And Phase 1,
huge
the Sith
damage
Raid,
in Phase 1, yeah.
Yeah, he triples the amount of damage that Jedi Training Raid could do before. So that's pretty big right there. But the leadership, have you done much testing at the Finn lead after the rework? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, well, the main reason why the Zeta was put on Finn was that he was like a popper Zeta where you could use like Gear 8 characters. As long as your Poe was fast, you had this like combo. It was like a cheat code in the game, if you will. And they were trying to eliminate that. I understand that. But then they modified the Zeta, and the question is it worth doing again?
Yeah.
When, he primarily was going to be used in the raids, but it seems like Jedi Training Rey, he's better under her.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't gonna Zeta him anyways because I was using him for the popper Zeta. But even if I had G12, I don't see the point. I'm gonna use him under Jedi Training Rey most likely.
Yeah. That's very much the same thing with me. I don't think there's a reason to give him the Zeta unless you just have all these resistance characters and you need a second lead. Then it's kind of okay, but it's not nearly as good as before because one, you
There's
don't get
maybe a territory war team, but I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, just you don't get as much turn meter as before, and I could feel it right away. Like if you don't hit like 2 exposes or so right away, or 3 maybe, it's like it's gonna go down south pretty quickly. Whereas before, you hit 1 expose, you're pretty much good to go, and it limits the theory crafting. You can do no more really Han and Chewbacca type of things. That kind of sucks a little bit.
It really came down to C-3PO.
It really is
breaking
C-3PO,
that.
yeah.
And you know, when we first saw C-3PO's kit, his swarm attack had a cooldown of 4, and then at the last minute they cut it down to 3.
Yeah.
And I think that was the problem. I think that's what messed up a lot of things was the number of how long the cooldown was on C-3PO, because then that if it would have had a 4-turn cooldown, then it would have been dependent on hitting 4 exposes instead of 3 exposes,
right.
And so on.
Yeah,
You know what
I mean, it's kind of funny because I don't know if you saw, but you could still solo phase 3 or do some crazy damage with
with Luke though, in some weird
it's
under
with Farm Boy Luke
thing.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's auto though, and it's not a loop, which might not get fixed. Who knows? But the problem is just the show.
I think you had to have under-geared characters, or something has to be under-geared for it to work too.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird cheese type of thing, but it just goes to show that it's really C-3PO is the quote-unquote problem rather than Finn. So it's just it's still a possible thing out there. In case you guys want to find massive damage, I don't know if there's a video on it, but here's a screenshot. You guys can probably find out the strategy out there somewhere. So that's Finn.
It wasn't easy. I tried duplicating it.
You tried? It's one of those like you just happen to record it at the right time type of things, probably.
Well, it's mod dependence and preloading, and the guy probably recorded it 800 times before he got it right. I don't know. I couldn't get it to work easily.
Yeah. So I mean, for those who like a Sith Raid, that's maybe something more important for you. But now, what I want to wrap up this video with, we won't talk about it as much because we both have videos talking about it, but we're here together. You want to get our collaborative thoughts. The log reward for April. Now, the first thing that came to my mind, which is the most hopeful thing, is a Grievous Rework 2.0.
No, that's not going to happen.
I mean, well, to be fair, a few things. Carrie did say on Reddit that tweaks are never off the table, and they were going to kind of monitor how Grievous was in the wild. Well, he's been out in the wild for 2 months now. I haven't really seen much with him. So there's maybe that slight chance they add a new droid, or maybe tweak a character. Like B1 needs to be immune to like health-based percent effects, like Grievous's eat ability, and then plague and stuff like that. Kind of like how he's immune to damage over time. He should be immune to plague and all these other health-based effects. That's my thought right there. And then Droidicus should have like a undispellable critical damage immunity. There's a lot of things they can do, but that's the most hopeful thought. And
actually, the plague mechanic on B1 is quite problematic. Actually,
it's horrible, and it makes no sense because at the very minimum, Grievous should be like an auto Night Sister team or something like that, and he's not. Night Sisters can give him a hard time, and just thematically, droids getting plague doesn't really make much sense in my mind. Like Grievous's lead should be like immune to plague or something like that. I don't know.
It's not thematic, that's for sure.
It's not thematic whatsoever. So there's that slight chance. Maybe they realize, all right, he's not the best thing in the world. Let's maybe make him a little bit better. But they can add a new droid, tweak a droid, rework Grievous. I don't know. I wish he had HK-47's kit, just a quick plug-in. Come on, he has to be one of the best reworks we had in the wild, right? HK.
Yeah, it's very gratifying hitting over 100,000.
One-shotting Jolie is the best feeling in the world, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's something else, man.
And, it's kind of funny to bring this up because the reason why Darth Revan is so good against Jedi, it has to be because of HK. I feel like HK is going to be that one-trick pony that just he's like a Jedi killer. He's everything that Grievous should have been, and that wasn't the case. But what are your thoughts? What could happen for April? I mean, there's obviously a lot of Jedis and a lot of Clone Wars content because right here I'm showing on the forum post. The last Reddit had blog post. Carrie said that they want to dig deeper into Clone Wars series. So maybe starting now we'll get it.
If B2 is signaling towards the Battle of Geonosis, well, then there's a lot of characters in that battle. There was Kenobi, Mace, Jango, Padme, Padawan Anakin, a whole bunch of random Jedis that I can't pronounce. I'll let you do that. And then also at the very end, clones, and there was also Geonosis in there, Geonosians and all that. So you could take that any way you want, but I think we're going to get a marquee. I think we're going to get a rework of somebody important like Mace, and then we'll probably get somebody very important like Padme or Padawan Anakin.
Yeah, I mean, I know one of the biggest topics, or one of the most requested things, is like kind of a dark side fallen Anakin, so leading to a hero's fall journey, but we need so much. We need a lot of stuff to make that happen. So maybe starting this month going forward, they'll start reworking characters, adding new marquee characters that'll build towards a bigger thing, because Clone Wars era has not nearly gotten as much love as KOTOR and the original trilogy.
But what if they had a marquee, which was the hard gate for a legendary 5-star unlock of Padme, who eventually led to a 7-star legendary fallen
journey Anakin.
Yeah.
That's the bigger picture we have to look forward to. So whatever the case may be, I love Clone Wars content. It's the thing that, like, everyone has their own thing that made them love Star Wars. Like, original trilogy made you love it.
Yeah.
Me, it's more prequels and the original trilogy second afterwards.
Ewoks made me love them.
Ewoks, right? And the Christmas Star Wars special, right?
That was it, man.
That was it. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen this one. Maybe a new event, because territory battles are super stale. Maybe they'll have a Battle of Geonosis territory battle.
Yeah, they need to make that simmable or something. It's really not.
It's a
time
chore at this
sink.
point. And it's kind of unfortunate because it's the stalest event in the game that it's been over
The
a year.
rewards are fantastic too.
The reward, that's the only thing. 700 crystals. Whew, I can't turn those down, man. I can't turn those down.
And all the gold currency or whatever it's called, I don't know, but the territory battles currency is just so good. It's amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below on your weekly roundup of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I don't know when we're going to get the next big news, but hopefully things, we get a break for a little bit. We'll get a break for a little bit. We'll see, guys. Like if you did enjoy the video. Check out Mobile Gamer's channel and video that we did over there. And be sure to scrub side so you're not missing a thing. Any last words, Mobile Gamer?
Dab on those haters.